Let's go and we got one last quest, which is to go home to our vineyard. We'll see what the gifts were that was left to us. I think we got some we got trophies, a trophy as well we can put down on our thing. I know that's his real home, but this is his home here a lot. The quest here is to go to his home in Tucson, which is our house. So this is his house, so the fact it gives us a quest to come back here means that something's going to happen here. Is there going to be someone waiting here for us like the end of Witcher?
Yes, some.
Because the end of the main game, when you went back to the inn, there was someone waiting for you in there. Is there going to be someone waiting for us here?
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Someone's in there.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Who is it?
What's that smell?
Look at that armor racks and our sword racks on the walls. It's CIRI.
You look good. Come. Don't just stand there. I want a hug.
It's CIRI.
What did you bring?
A Garkin from Angren. I slew it. All by my lonesome.
That why you left Carrera so suddenly? Had no idea where you'd gone. Your note was puzzling. Don't try to find me. Threw me for a loop.
That was silly. It's just that I felt stifled in your shadow. I'd have suffocated had I stayed. So when I read that notice, the contract, when I saw Angren, I knew I had to do it. Alone. Without my nanny.
I'm not your nanny. I believe in you. Like my new house?
The house is lovely, but it could use a bit of work.
Yeah, got plans for it, don't worry. Wanna go outside? Could show you the grounds.
Ah, it's lovely here. I could stay forever.
Oh.
What's stopping you?
Actually, not a thing. I slew a Garkin, collected my bounty. I believe I'm owed some respite.
Indeed you do, mademoiselle. As my major domo would say.
You've a butler?
A steward. Name's Barnabas Basil. BB for short, though I don't know if he likes it. He's the one let you in. I'll ask him to bring in some fruit, a beverage. You can spend the rest of the day lying about.
Ah, nothing would make me happier.
Encountered the most charming aspect of being a Witcher yet?
Which aspect is that?
The hatred, disgust, that strange blend of admiration, fear, and contempt.
They set their hounds on me in one village. In another, they forbade me from taking a drink from their well. Other than that, it's been all right. No one's tried to cheat me out of my reward so far.
I'd hoped they'd treat a woman differently.
Geralt, when they treat a woman differently in this world, it hardly ever means better. Quite the opposite.
Angren, how'd it go? Garcanes can be pretty tough opponents.
That's why I had to lure this one to a place both spacious and empty. where it would have nowhere to hide. I found an abandoned crypt far from any town or village.
Good choice. Always best to avoid additional casualties, so your foe had nowhere to hide. But the bastard was still damn quick, I bet.
Not as quick as I am. My greater worry was its strength. I was far outclassed there. But a dose of black blood did the trick. We fought a while, I feigned a mistimed dodge and let it drink. The rest was easy.
Yeah, I think I've been looking at CD keys as well. See if I've not pre-ordered it yet, but I'm going to pre-order. I'm kind of waiting because I'm holding out on. Before I pre-order, I'm holding out, waiting for them to kind of announce their inevitable season pass. I've started pre-ordering games. A lot of games now, like wait until at least a month before it's out with a lot of them, unless they're really cheap. So I Squirrel got Yen as a visitor. So I wonder, right? With that, I mean, I got CIRI. If you got Yennefer, I guess the person you get in your waiting for you is probably tied to the story. I mean, did you romance Yennefer during your playthrough, Squirrel? If you romance Yennefer and you ended the main game with Yennefer as your lover, so to speak, then maybe that's why you got her in your thing. And if you did the same to Triss, that would probably work. But I betted them both, and they kind of both deserted me. So yeah, you dissed Triss. I didn't. I betted both of them, Squirrel. And after betting both of them, you got this quest where they made it sound like they wanted a threesome, and they tricked you, and they kind of found out about that you were cheating on one with the other, and they didn't like me after that. So if I would have done that, so that's probably why I got CIRI. That's not as a bad thing, because CIRI is amazing. You can also get Dandelion somehow. Crank, if you remember though, I mean, I can understand that, because you remember in the main game there is a chance that CIRI does end up dead, right? I mean, maybe if CIRI didn't come back, that would be a way to do it. And sorry if anyone hasn't played it yet. Sorry. If anyone hasn't played it, then there is the bad ending of the main game. You wouldn't have no option to have CIRI. So if you didn't have CIRI and you had no love interest, then Dandelion would be good, I suppose. And yeah, Squirrel, yes, that makes sense. So yeah, premium edition C4. But what I'm probably going to do is, what I've noticed lately is most games coming out, I mean, you get sites like CD keys and those sites. They very rarely would have the premium editions or deluxes. But if it's the season pass, you can always buy separately, and you can normally get the base game cheap on CD. I can get a base game cheap on CD keys and buy the season pass directly from Origin or Steam, and still work out a lot cheaper. And you said you didn't like normally playing more than 30 quid. I normally don't either. So, and 32 quid for Battlefield, and you got the 5% off to take off on top of that. So it does work out close to 30 quid. I mean, that's one reason I've been holding off. I've been holding off a little bit to see if it comes down a little bit more. But if it doesn't, I'll probably get it for that. But you know, 5% off of 32 quid that's going to be, what's that? That's going to be like down to like just over 30 or 30 and a half, right?
Being a witcher anything like you imagined?
Geralt, I didn't have to imagine anything. Remember, before we parted, we walked a good stretch of the path together.
Journeyman and master, though, not the same thing.
I'm still a long way from mastering anything, but I am trying. Anyway, I did learn from the best.
Just passed on what worked for me. Or at least tried to.
I was thinking of Eskel and Lambert.
So, no regrets? Choice you made?
Not at all. I'm doing what I ever wanted to do. Being who I wanted to be. I believe that's one definition of happiness.
See you later, CIRI.
Take care of yourself.
Are you just going to wander off? Right, he's going to just wander off.